I'm going to start with a big nuisance for engineering teams, which is trying to understand how long a body of new work is likely to take to complete. It happens all the time. Business or product team shows up and says, this is what we want to get done. It's up to software engineering to kind of huddle smart people and start making best guesses to how long it's likely to take. With Socratic's agentic capability, we can make those predictions based on everything we've observed about historical actuals by person, by team, and by type of work. So what I'm doing here is I'm simply asking the agent, hey, I've got this scope of work. I've broken it out by a series of 3 epics. I've given each epic a rough t-shirt size, small, medium, large, extra large. I've said which team is going to do the work. The team is defined in Socratic, so we know the folks that are associated to that team. I've indicated whether there are any dependencies in the work, and I've also said where specifically in Jira the work is going to get done. So with that as an input, what the agent is now going to do is it's going to say, okay, given a scope of this size for the people that we see as being a part of these teams, given everything else we know about how these teams have worked historically, given the current capacity we observe that's on each of these people's plates, what do we think is the most realistic time it's going to take to complete? And just quickly behind the scenes, we're using Monte Carlo simulation. So essentially, we've run up to 1,000 model runs saying if the same body of work were delivered by the same people up to 1,000 times, what are all the historical actual outcomes we would observe? Those are plotted, and then the agent says, here's the realistic range. You get an early case, a late case, and a mid case. And then you get this nice custom graphical component output. In this case, because I got multiple bodies of work depicting it as a Gantt. If I'd indicated dependencies, I would see those dependencies here. Now, I might realistically then say, okay, well, let's just say that a date of early September is too late for this body of work. I might then ask the agent, well, how could we get this done earlier? Now here again, if you're in engineering, really you have 2 levers to pull, right? You can either add people or you can reduce scope. The question, of course, is how much of each is most likely to give you the best chance of hitting whatever this assigned date is. And so in this case, we've simply indicated to the agent, hey, I have this additional constraint, which is the work has got to get done by a particular date. And to do that, what would it take? Now here again, what it's going to do is it's going to give you specific recommendations for how to change things, how much scope you would have to reduce where, and or how many additional resources you would need to add in order to complete. So a pretty powerful capability. Something that may take hours or even days of debate is something I can do in a matter of minutes.